Hey everybody, Johnny B. Good here. Welcome to Stony Ridge, Ohio. This is where the Petro, TA, and the Pilot Flying J is located. We are traveling right now on Interstate 80 and 90, mile marker 73. This is where I usually spend the night, many nights, but not today. Today we're just gonna bypass it. I am on my way once again to Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. It is 362 miles from here to Roundy's. Today once again it is Tuesday. Let me double check. Yep, Tuesday, July 15th. 2014. Local time here is 2:21 p.m. Temperature is at 73 degrees. 74 says blue. Google says 73. Alright, since we got talking about some serious issues in business here, I think there's another one that I would like to share or express or ask the question. Remember, I am not any authority of anything, so basically sharing it in a kind way of asking a question, I guess, for the purpose of learning myself. So the topic right now is the fear of death. What is it about the fear of death that makes us so fearful? Whether you're an unbeliever, a very strong believer, atheist, or even the hardcore atheist, or downright occultic. What is it about that it is so unnatural, so fearful? Let me put this in a somewhat of a situation that maybe, in a situation that Johnny B. Good brain can lay out. There goes. Let's just say you're a very strong believer, a very strong faith in Christianity. You believe in God without a doubt. But then again, that statement, without a doubt, I don't think there's such thing as a without a doubt. I mean, if I was to hold a hammer in my hand, raise it up to, or throw it up in the air, there is no doubt that hammer will come back down to earth, right? I mean, that's there is no doubt. There is no room of doubt to where that hammer is going to end up. If you're in the middle of the field, you throw up you raise up or throw up the hammer up in the air, is there any doubt in your mind that hammer is going to go back and possibly hit you in the head, or it's got to land? There is no doubt about that. But how strong of a believer you are, how mature you are, well, I can't testify to you, but I can only testify to mine. the statement of believing without a doubt is not true for me. It just, I feel very, very strongly about my belief. I trust it wholeheartedly. But then again, that wholeheartedly is, well, there's always that 0.000000001% of doubt. I mean, after all, we are just humans. So again, let me go back to the track here. Let's just say you're a very strong believer, and one day out of the blue, God shows up right in front of you, proves to you without a doubt that He is God. And by the way, God can do that. He can prove Himself to anyone, and in a way that there will be no doubt to who He is or what He is. So again, if God shows up in your face and say, I am going to take your child and bring him to heaven with me right now, would you let me do it? Chances are you would probably say, okay. Yeah, right? I mean, you wouldn't say, no, not yet. You wouldn't say that, would you? Chances are you would say, I mean, God can't lie. He doesn't trick anyone. If you knew exactly where your child is going to be in the next 5 minutes, that he's going to be in heaven with ultimate joy and satisfaction and content and with the Holy Father, and God asks you, say, can I bring your child to heaven with me right now? You would do it. I would do it. I'd miss my child, but then the thought of my child being in heaven and we'll have a reunion someday, I'd do it, man. I really would. But here's the catch. What if God say, well, I'm going to take your child with me to heaven right now, but first your child has to die. In order for your child to go to heaven right now, your child has to first die. I bet you wouldn't be so excited, right? You would end up questioning God, and you would probably have some second thoughts. And yet the end result is the same. Whether your child goes to heaven alive as is where he stands, or whether your child just stops breathing and goes to heaven, the end result is the same. Or let me put it in another way. You have two children. One child is to be taken to heaven in a physical form, and the other one, God says, well, I'll take this one in a spiritual form. I guarantee you, I would say, well, can't you just take both of them without the other one having to die? So what is it about death, the remain of the, of a human body, that makes us so grievous and make us so what would be the word? Feeling so depressed and I can't think of the right word. You ask why I can't think of the right word? Well, because I don't have the first word anyway. The Johnny B. Good archives is limited to the words to begin with. I mean, it would be the same thing as well, God says, well, let's go. You and I were going to heaven right now. Which way would you like to go? Dead or alive? With your body or with the spiritual sense? I've always thought, I don't mind dying. I just don't want to be there when it happens. Which brings me a question. To the hardcore atheist, since they believe that there is no God, they believe that once you're dead, lights out, nothing. So does that mean they absolutely no fear of dying or death? I don't think so. I bet you they have the same healthy fear as anybody else, regardless of what your belief is. Death. Wow. I used to think, or how would I say it? In my younger days, I was not as fearful of death as I am in my older days. Man, I could remember the time of riding my motorcycle back home in the Philippines like the world never ended. I mean, it was just pure madness of all the stupid, crazy stunts I did. But only by the grace of God that I've survived all those stupidities. I tell you, I should have been dead a long, long time ago. But as I grow older, it seems like I'm less and less crazy about it, having to go through it. Which brings me another question. In which way would you like to go? Kind of a prolonged process of death where you can prepare yourself, or would you like to just, like my father did, he died in his sleep? My father always thought he had so many years left in him. He said, well, I think he said he had 10 years left. He was going to live his life out for the next 10 years because he thought he had 10 more years. And it didn't exactly work out that way. My father died in his sleep. I remember my dad was on the dining table. He was doing whatever he was doing, and I came by him. I said goodnight to him. And in the morning I woke up, he was gone. I found him in bed, dead. That was a she-bear. Oh geez, there's another one. They're busy out here today. So yeah, which way would you like to go? You see those people that, you know, they're in their deathbeds, taking their last breath, or those people that never woke up, either through a bullet in their heads or those instant death. Kind words of comments and thoughts will be appreciated. Once again, thank you, and God bless you guys. Peace.